Hello, my hard-working students. We are back with another video today. This is your online teacher Roxana, and this is a channel for those of you who struggle with maths, mainly if you have any type of special needs and difficulties, in particular dyslexia and dyscalculia, because the explanations are broken down into steps and they are visual. So now let's just look at the starter. This is just a quick and fun activity to warm you up before we get into the actual bracket expanding. Okay, so pause this video, have a look at this puzzle, and then you can do the answers with me. So let's do method 1. Method 1, let's just write a bracket x plus 3 and x plus 2. Method 1 is, let's see, different, showing you how, how when you expand in single brackets, you need to multiply every single one of the numbers in the bracket with the number in front. Okay, if you had 2 and then you had x plus 4, every single one of the numbers in the bracket needed to be multiplied by the number in front. The same goes here, but because you have two numbers added together, every single one of the numbers in this bracket needs to be multiplied by every single one of the numbers from here. So on the front row, I'm going to times it by x. So I'm going to do x times this and x times this number. And then I'm going to look at the 3. I'm going to do 3 times the x and 3 times the 2. Okay? So x times x is going to equal x squared. Then I'm going to put the plus from here. Then I'm going to do x multiplied by 2. Remember, the letters go after the numbers. So the numbers go first. So this is 2x. Then I put this plus. Then I do 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 is 6. Now I'm looking and I need to collect like terms, okay? So this has 2 steps, regardless which method you use. Yeah? Step 1 is expand the bracket, and step 2 is collect the like terms. Okay, or you can imagine it as a cleaning up. Okay, so you have to tidy this up. The way you tidy it up is by looking, does this one have any like terms? Well, no, because this is a square number, so you don't have any other square numbers here, so I'm just going to leave it on its own. Does this one have any like terms? Well, there is one here. It says 2x's and 3x's, so these two together added give you 5x's. Does this one have any like terms? No, not really. Most of them have x here. This one doesn't, so I'm going to leave it on its own. Okay, so that is the first method. I'm going to do one more question for you, and then I'm going to give you an activity broken down into steps as well. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Let's see, x plus 1, x plus 5. And that gives me, we're going to do x times x, x times 5. It's x squared plus x times 5 is 5x. I'm done with this number. Then I'm going to look at this one. 1 times x is, the plus is this one. 1 times the x is x. 1 times 5 is 5. Now we're looking at collecting like terms. This term doesn't have any like terms. These two will usually be like terms if you do them in the order I showed you. 6x plus 5. And there you go. Okay, so hopefully this is clear for you. If you're not clear or you don't like this method, you can skip to second method, okay? So here is the practice for this question. These are already broken down, you already have the lines. All you need to do is put the missing number in, okay? So do that now, pause the video, and I'm going to quickly show you the missing numbers after that. Okay, and I'm back. We did x squared for x. So this one is actually the first term when you multiply the 3. So that should be 3x. Actually, I need a red to make sure we can have a contrast. 3x plus 12. Then we collected these like terms and that gives us 7x's. Okay? In here, first one should be x squared. Last one should be 1 times 6, which is 6. And we collect the like terms here, that's a 7. This is an x squared, and this is a 6. That's it. X squared, now we're missing the like terms. So the first one should be 4x's and 9x's for the second one. Yeah, this one here. And then we add them together, and that should be 13x. Okay, if you got that, you mastered this method. You can even skip to the second activity where you can just use this method. Or maybe you should just see the second method. Maybe you like it more. To be honest, I find the second method is easier. Okay, so second method, let's see. First of all, I'm going to write a bracket. Let's just do the first example we did. So we had x plus 3, x plus 2, and then x plus 1, x plus 5. Okay, x plus 3, x plus 2, and the second one was x plus 1 and x plus 5. Okay, and let's just, this one is done using a little table. You can use this table when you do multiplication as well. It's really nice. I love this method. Okay, so I'm just going to look at this, yeah? And I'm going to put this one in a table. I'm going to put the x here plus 3 here. Okay, and then I have this one, and I'm going to put that right here. I'm going to put x here, I'm going to put plus 2 here. You can swap them around, it doesn't matter, as long as you put them like that. And this is multiplication, okay? So you do x times x is x squared. Then you have x times 3 is 3x. 2 times x is 2x. And 2 times 3 is 6. What I want you to see is that it's the same answer. Your like terms are always going to be the diagonal ones. Okay, so if you want to know where to find them, it's easier to collect them like this. Okay, so you're going to write this first because we write them in the order of their powers. X squared plus 5x plus 6. Yeah, that's what we got the first time as well. Okay, so now quickly I'm going to do another table because I want to do one more of these questions using this method. I'm going to do this one. Okay, let's get the red. This is, I'm going to put this one there. X plus 1, this is x plus 5. Okay, so you only need 4 squares. X times x is x squared. 5 times x is 5x. X times 1 is x. 5 times 1 is 5. So we do this one. Your like terms are always on the diagonal. So the answer to that would be x squared plus 6x's plus 5. Okay? There you go. This is the second method. Now we can move on and you can do these questions using whatever method you like. Okay, so pause the video and get to work. Okay, and now I'm back. Here are your answers. You don't need this. This was the answer to the first activity that we already made. So we can just look from here on. Okay, so mark these answers and see if there's anything. Now you shouldn't have any mistake here because all of those brackets had plus in them. And I think if you're gonna get stuck on this topic, it's gonna be when you have minuses and pluses and you don't know what happens when you times a plus with a minus. From my experience, that's where people get stuck. But because everything had only pluses, you should be able to do this right. Okay, so once you marked it, moving on. And this is activity 3. This is a little bit of geometry and you have these, you have them in a different way, written in a different way. I'm just gonna quickly show you here what you need to do, or you can pause the video and try to do them on your own and I'm happy to explain those after. Okay, let's do that first. Pause the video, do them on your own, or at least try, and then I'll show you how to do these questions. Okay, let's have a look at them. So the area of a rectangle is length times width. Okay, the length is a and 3. It's a plus 3, and the width is 2 plus a, or a plus 2. I'm gonna put the a first because it looks nicer, but it doesn't matter. Your answer should be the same. Okay, so that is the area for question 14. And when you expand it, you're gonna get, oops, I got used to x's, a squared plus 2a, yeah, plus 3a plus 6, a squared plus 6a, plus 5a plus 6. Okay, so you can use the same method to do this. This is also considered a rectangle because it says each rectangle. Okay, even though it looks like a square, you have to treat it as a rectangle. So you have to use exactly the same method. You have the answers at the end anyway. And let's look at the last bit. How would you do something like this? What does this mean? Well, actually this, you might be tempted to think that a bracket squared means this is squared and this is squared, but it's not. What this means, yeah, because you know that 4 squared means 4 times 4, right? So it means a bracket squared means the bracket times the same bracket. So this actually means x plus 8 multiplied by x plus 8. Okay? And that, then you apply your method. You can do your little grid somewhere. You need to have your own book for this. So you can do that. Yeah, you can do x squared plus 8x plus 8 times x is 8x plus 64. Okay, and then you collect these like terms, and x squared plus 16 x plus 64. And that's how you do these types of questions. Okay, now all of these are the same method, so you should have been able to do them. If you want, you can still pause the video and have a go at this one, okay? So this one's here, you can still do them using the method I just showed you, okay? And now, if you want, pause the video. If not, I am going to move on and give you the answers for this last activity. Yeah, here are your answers. You can mark them, and yeah, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. It was broken down into steps. Hope you're confident with this topic, and please subscribe to my channel to see more lessons like this so you can improve your math skills.